nuptial hour draws on apace. 4 happy days bring in another moon. But oh, methinks how slow this old moon wanes. She lingers my desires.
4 days will quickly steep themselves in night. 4 nights will quickly dream away the time. And then the moon, like a silver bow, new bent in heaven, shall behold the night of our solemnities.
Go, Philostrate, stir up the Athenian youth to merriments. Awake the pert and nimble spirit of mirth. Turn melancholy forth to funerals. The pale companion is not for our pomp.
I will, my good lord.
Hippolyta, I wooed thee with my sword, and won thy love, doing thee injuries. But I will wed thee in another key, with pomp, with triumph, and with revelling.
Happy be Theseus, our renowned duke.
Why, thanks, good Aegeus. What's the news with thee?
Full of vexation come I, with complaint against my child, my daughter Hermia. Stand forth, Demetrius. My noble lord, this man hath my consent to marry her. Stand forth, Lysander. And my gracious duke, this man hath bewitched the bosom of my child. Thou, Lysander, thou hast given her rhymes, and stolen the fantasy of her affection. Thou hast, by moonlight at her window sung, with feigning voice, verses of feigning love, and stolen the impression of her fantasy with bracelets of thy hair, rings, gauds, conceits. With cunning, thou hast filched my daughter's heart, and turned her obedience, which is due to me, to stubborn harshness. And, my gracious duke, be it so she will not hear before your grace to marry with Demetrius, I beg the ancient privilege of Athens. As she is mine, I may dispose of her, which shall either be to this gentleman, or to her death, according to our law immediately provided in that case.
What say you, Hermia? To you, your father should be as a god, one that composed your beauty, yea, and one to whom you are but as a form in wax, by him imprinted, and within his power to leave the figure or disfigure it. Demetrius is a worthy gentleman.
So is Lysander.
In himself he is, but in this case, wanting your father's voice, the other must be held the worthier.
I would my father looked, but with my eyes.
Rather your eyes should with his judgment see.
I do entreat your grace to pardon me. I know not by what power I am made bold, nor how may concern my modesty such a presence here to plead my thoughts. But I do beseech your grace, the worst that may befall me in this case, if I refuse to wed Demetrius.
To die the death, or to abjure forever the society of men. Therefore, fair Hermia, question your desires. Know of your youth. Examine well your blood, whether, if you yield not to your father's choice, you can endure the livery of a nun, to be, in shady cloister mewed, to live a barren sister all your life, chanting faint hymns to the cold, fruitless moon.
So will I grow, so live, so die, my lord. Ere I will yield my virgin painted up unto his lordship, whose unwitched yoke my soul consents not to give sovereignty.
Take time to pause, and on the next new moon, the sealing day twixt my love and me for eternal bond of fellowship, on that day, either prepare to die for disobedience to your father's will, or else to wed Demetrius as he would, or on Diana's altar to protest for, austerity and single life.
Relent, sweet Hermia, and Lysander yield thy grace title into my certain right.
You have a father's love, Demetrius. Let me have Hermia's.
Scornful Lysander, true he hath my love, and what is mine, my love shall render him, and she is mine, and all my right of her I do estate unto Demetrius.
I am, my lord, as well derived as he, as well possessed. My love is more than his. My fortunes every way are fairly ranked, if not with vantage, as Demetrius's. And, which is more than all those boasts can be, I am beloved by beauteous Hermia. Why should not I then prosecute my right? Demetrius, I will avouch it to his head, made love to Meter's daughter, Helena, and stole her soul. And she, sweet lady, devoutly dotes upon this spotted and this inconstant man.
I must confess that I have heard so much, and with Demetrius thought to have spoke thereof, but being overfull of self-affairs, my mind did lose it. But, Demetrius, come, and come, Aegeus, you shall go with me. I have some private schooling for you both. And for you, fair maid, look you arm yourself to fit your fancies to your father's will, or else the law of Athens yields you up to death, or to a vow of single life. Come, my Hippolyta, what cheer, my love? Oh, Demetrius and Aegeus, go along. I must employ you in some business.
With duty and desire we follow.
Oh no, my love. Why is your cheek so pale? The course of true love never did run smoothly, but I that was different in blood.
Cross! Too high to be enthralled too low.
Or else missing graft in respect of years.
Spite! Too old to be engaged too young.
Or else it stood upon the choice of friends.
Oh hell! To choose love by another's eyes.
Or if there were a sympathy in choice, war, death, or sickness did lay siege to it, making it momentary as a sound, swift as a shadow, short as any dream, brief like the lightning in the cold night that in a spleen unfolds both heaven and earth, and ere a man hath the power to stand and say, Behold! So quick and bright things come to confusion.
If then true lovers have been ever crossed, it stands as an edict in destiny. Then let us teach our child patience.
A good persuasion, my love. Therefore, hear me out. I have a widow aunt, a dowager of great revenue, and she hath no child. Remote is her house from Athens 7 leagues, and she respects me as her only son. There, gentle Hermia, with the sharp Athenian law cannot pursue us. If thou truly lovest me, steal forth thy father's house, and tomorrow night, a league without the town, where I did meet thee once, with Helena, to do observance to the morn of grey. There will I wait for thee.
Oh, my good Lysander, I swear to thee by Cupid's strongest bow, by his best arrow with the golden head, and by that fire which burned the Carthage queen when the false Trojan under the sail was seen. In that same place thou hast appointed me, tomorrow truly will I meet with thee.
Keep promise, my love. Look, here comes Helena.
Oh, Godspeed for Helena. Whither away?
Call you me fair? Not fair again unsaid. Demetrius loves your fair. Oh, half fair. Your eyes are lodestars, and your tongue sweet air. Sickness is catching. Yours would I catch, fair Hermia, ere I go. My ear should catch your voice. My eye, your eye. My tongue should catch your tongue's sweet melody. Oh! Teach me how you look, and with what art you sway the motion of Demetrius' heart.
Well, I frown upon him, yet he loves me still.
Oh, that your frowns would teach my smiles such skill.
I give him curses, yet he gives me love.
That my prayers could such affection move.
The more I hate, the more he follows me.
The more I love, the more he hateth me.
Oh, his folly, Helena, is no fault of mine.
None but your beauty. Would that fault were mine.
Take comfort. He no more shall see my face. Lysander and myself will fly this place. Before the time I did Lysander see, seemed Athens as a paradise to me. Oh, then, what graces in my love do dwell, that he has turned a heaven unto a hell.
Helen, to your minds we shall unfold. Tomorrow night, when Phoebe doth behold, an hour that love's flight doth conceal, through Athens' gates have we devised to steal.
And in the woods where often you and I, upon faint primrose beds were wont to lie, emptying our bosoms of their counsel sweet. There Lysander and myself shall meet, and thence from Athens turn our eyes, to seek new friends to stranger company. Oh, farewell, sweet playfellow. Pray thou for us, and good luck grant thee thy Demetrius.
Helen, adieu. And as you dote on him, Demetrius dotes on you.
How happy some over other some can be. Through Athens I am thought as fair as she. But what of that? Demetrius thinks not so. And thus is love said to be a child, because in choice he is so oft beguiled. For ere Demetrius looked on Hermia's eye, he hailed down oaths that he was only mine. And when this hail, some heat from Hermia felt, so he dissolved, and showers of oath did melt. I will go tell him of fair Hermia's flight, and then to the woods will he tomorrow night pursue her. And for this intelligence, if I have thanks, it is a dear expense. But herein mean I, to enrich my pain, to have his sight thither, and back again.
Is all our company here? You're best to call them in, generally, man by man, according to the script. Here is a scroll of every man's name, which is thought fit through all of Athens to play in our interlude before the Duke and the Duchess on their wedding day at night.
First, good Peter Quince, say what the play treats on, and then read the names of the actors.
Our play is the most lamentable comedy.
Oh, comedy, that's good, I like that. That's
And
good. And
most cruel death
oh.
of Pyramus and Thisbe.
Oh, that's a very good piece of work, I assure you. Now, good Peter Quince, call forth the actors according to the scroll. Masters, spread yourselves.
2 meters.
2 meters.
Answer as I call you, Nick Bottom the Weaver.
Ah, that's me, sir, that's me. I am ready now. You name what part I am for, Pyramus, and proceed.
Nick Bottom.
Yes, sir.
You are set down
Yes.
for
Yes.
Pyramus!
Pyramus, yeah. Hang on, who is, hang on, Pyramus, what is he? Is he a lover or a tyrant?
He is a a lover. Who kills himself most gallant for love.
Now that will cause some tears in the true performing of it, if I do it. Let the audience look to their eyes. I will move storms. I will condole in some measure.
Francis Flute.
For the rest, my chief part, of course, is for comedy. I could play a tyrant, though. I could play Hercules or a man to split a cat in two to make all better.
Francis Flute.
Of course, then, the chief part, though, is for a lover, because I find a lover is more condoling.
Enough. Enough.
Well, name the rest of the players, then.
Francis Flute, the bellows mender.
Peter Quince.
Francis Flute, you must take Thisbe on you. Thisbe. Yeah. Thisbe.
Who is Thisbe? A wandering knight?
No. It is the lady that Pyramus must love.
Faith. Let me not pale woman. I have a beard coming.
You shall play it, and you may wear a mask and speak as small as you will.
And I may hide my face, and I can play Thisbe too. Oh, let me play Thisbe too. I'll speak in a monstrous little voice. Oh, Thisbe, my lover dear, my dear and lady love.
No. You must play Pyramus.
Well, proceed.
And you, Thisbe.
I could do Thisbe.
Robin Starveling, the tailor.
You, Peter Quince.
You. You, Thisbe's mother. Tom Snout, the tinker. Pyramus' father. Myself, Thisbe's father. Snug the joiner. You, the lion's part. And I hope here is our play fitting.
Have you the lion's part written? Pray you, if it be, give it me, for I'm slow of study.
You may do it extempore.
Extempore?
For it is nothing but roaring.
Oh, let me play the lion.
No.
I will roar that the Duke will say, let him roar again! Let him roar again!
Aye, and you should do it too terribly. You would fright the Duchess and the ladies that they would shriek. And that were enough to hang us all.
That would hang us all, every mother's son.
Grant you, friends, that if you should freak the ladies out of their wits, they would have no more discretion but to hang us. But, I will roar you as to any nightingale. I will roar you like any sucking dove.
You
Yes.
must play
Yes.
no part but Pyramus. For Pyramus is a sweet-faced man. He is as proper a man as you shall see on a summer's day. He is a most lovable, gentlemanlike man, and therefore you needs must play Pyramus. 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 Pyramus.
Well, I will undertake it.
Masters, here are your parts, and I am to entreat you, request you, desire you to on them by tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night? Tomorrow night?
Tomorrow night.
I'm out tomorrow.
And to meet me in Palace Wood, a mile without the town, by moonlight. There shall we rehearse, for if we stay within the city, we will be dogged by company, and our devices known. Meanwhile, I will prepare a bill of properties such as our play needs. I pray you, and you, fail me not.
We will meet, and there we will rehearse most obscenely and courageously.
At the Duke's Oak we meet.
At the Duke's Oak we meet.
Right then, let's have a look at these in your lines.
Oi! And the director! Oi!
Oh no, spirits! Whither wander you?
Over hill, over dale, through bush, through briar, over park, over pale, through flood, through fire. I do wander everywhere, swifter than the moon's sphere, and I serve the fairy queen to do her orbs upon the green. Cowslips tall her pensioners be, and those gold-coat spots you see, those be rubies, fairy favours. In their freckles live their savours. Farewell, all of spirits, I'll be gone. Our queen and her elves come here, anon.
Huh? The king doth keep his revels here tonight. Take heed, the queen come not within his sight, for Biron is passing hell and wrath, because that she, as her attendant hath a lovely boy, stolen from an Indian king. She never had such sweet a changeling, and jealous Biron would have the child. Knight of his train, to trace the forests wild. But she, perforce, withholds the loved boy, crowns him with flowers, and makes him all her joy. And now, they never meet in grove or green, by fountain clear or spangled starlight sheen, but they do square, and all the else for fear creep into acorn cups and hide them there.
Either I mistake your shape, or making quite, or else you're that shrewd and knavish sprite, called Robin Goodfellow, or not you he, that frightens maidens of the villagery, misleading night wanderers, laughing at their harm, and those that hobgoblin call, and sweet puck, you do their work, and they shall have good luck, are not you he?
Thou speakst aright. I am that merry wanderer of the night. I jest Oberon and make him smile. But Bloom Fairy, he comes, Oberon.
And here my mistress would that he were gone.
Ill met by moonlight, proud Titania.
What? Jealous Oberon? Fairies, skip hence. I have forsworn his bed and company.
Tarry, rash, wanton. Am I not thy lord?
Well, then I must be thy lady. But I know, when thou hast stolen away from fairyland, and in the shape of Kourion sat all day playing on pipes of corn and versing love to amorous Phillida. Why art thou here? Come from the farthest steeps of India? But that, forsooth, the bouncing Amazon, your buskin mistress, and your warrior love, to Theseus must be wedded. And you come to give their bed joy and prosperity?
How canst thou thus? For shame, Titania. Glance at my credit with Hippolyta, knowing I know thy love to Theseus. Didst not thou lead him through the glimmering night from Perigona, whom he ravished, and with fair Aigles make him break his faith with Ariadne and Antiope?
These are the forgeries of jealousy, and never, since the middle summer's spring, met we, on hill, in dale, in forest or mead, by paved fountain or by rushy brook. But with thy brawls thou hast disturbed our sport. Therefore the wind, piping to us in vain, hath in revenge sucked up from the sea contagious fog, which, falling in the land, hath every pelting river made so proud that they have overborne their continents. The ox hath therefore stretched his yoke in vain. The plowman lost his sweat.
Plowman lost his sweat.
And the green corn hath rotted ere his youth attained a beard. The human mortals want their winter here. No night is now with him, nor carol blessed. Therefore the moon, governess of the flood, pale in her anger, washes all the air that rheumatic diseases do abound. And thorough this distemperature we see. The season's altar, hoary-headed frost, falls in the lap of the crimson rose. and on old Himes thin and icy crown, an odorous chaplet of sweet summer buds is as a mockery set. The spring, the summer, childing autumn, angry winter, change their wonted liveries, and the mazed world, by their increase, knows not which is which. And this same progeny of evil comes from our debate, our dissension. We are their parents and original.
Do you amend it then?
It lies in you. Why should Titania cross her Oberon? I do but beg a little changeling child to be my henchman.
Set your heart at rest. The fairyland buys not the child of me. His mother was a votress of my order. Full often has she gossiped by my side. But she, being mortal, of that child did die, and for her sake do I raise up the boy. And for her sake, I will not part with him.
How long within the wood intend you stay?
Perchance till after Theseus' wedding day. If you will patiently dance in our round and see our moonlight revels, go with us. If not, shun me, and I will spare your haunts.
Give me that boy, and I will go with thee.
Not for thy fairy kingdom.
Well, go thy way. Thou shalt not from this grove till I torment thee for this injury. My gentle Puck, come hither. Thou rememberest since once I sat upon a promontory and heard a mermaid on a dolphin's back uttering such dulcet and harmonious breath that the rude sea grew civil, and certain stars shot madly from their spheres to hear the sea maid's music.
I remember.
That very time I saw, but thou couldst not.
Why?
Flying between the cold moon and the earth, Cupid, all armed, a certain aim he took at a fair vestal throned by the west, and loosed his love shaft smartly from his bow. Yet marked I where the bolt of Cupid fell upon a little western flower, before milk white, now purple with love's wound, and maidens call it love in idleness. Fetch me that flower, the herb I showed thee once,
The juice of it on sleeping eyelids laid will make or man or woman madly dote upon the next live creature that it sees. Fetch me that herb, and be thou here again. Having once this juice, I'll watch Titania when she is asleep, and drop the liquor of it in her eyes. The next thing then she waking looks upon, be it on lion, bear, wolf, or bull, on meddling monkey, or on busy ape, she shall pursue it with the soul of love. And ere I take this charm from off her sight, as I can take it with another herb, I'll make her render up her page to me. But who comes here? I am invisible, and I shall overhear their conference.
I love thee not, therefore pursue me not. Where is Lysander? And fair Hermia? Thou told me they were stolen to this wood, and here mine, wood within this wood, because I cannot meet my Hermia. Hence, get thee gone and follow me no more.
You draw me, you hard-hearted adamant.
Do I entice you? Do I speak you fair? Or rather, do I not, in plainest truth, tell you I do not, nor I cannot love you?
And even for that do I love you the more. I am your spaniel, and Demetrius, the more you beat me, I will fawn on you.
Okay.
Use me, but as your spaniel. Spurn me! Neglect me! Only give me leave, unworthy as I am, to follow you. Oh, what worser place can I beg than your love, but get a place of high respect for me, and then to be used as you use your dog.
Tempt not too much the hatred of my spirit, because I am sick when I look on thee.
And I am sick when I look not on you.
You do impeach your modesty too much, to leave the city and commit yourself into the hands of one that loves you not, to trust the opportunity of night and the ill counsel of a desert place.
Your virtue is my privilege. For it is not night when I do see your face. Therefore I think that I'm not in the night. Nor doth this wood lack worlds of company. For you, in my respect, are all the world. Then how can it be said I am alone, when all the world is here to look on me?
I will run from thee and hide me in the breaks, and leave thee into the mercy of wild beasts.
The wildest hath not such a heart as you. Run when you will. The story shall be changed. Apollo flies and Daphne holds the chase. The dove pursues the griffin. The mild hide makes speed to catch the tiger. Bootless speed, when cowardice pursues and valor flies.
Let me go! Or if thou follow me, do not believe, but I shall do thee mischief in the wood.
Aye. In the temple, in the town, the field, you do me mischief. Fie, Demetrius! Your wrongs do set a scandal on my sex. We cannot fight for love as men may do. We should be wooed, and we're not made to woo. I'll follow thee, and make a heaven of hell, to die upon the hand I love so well.
Fare thee well, nymph. Ere he do leave this grove, thou shalt fly him, and he shall seek thy love. Welcome, wanderer. Hast thou the flower? I pray thee give it me. Take thou some of it, and seek through this grove. A sweet Athenian lady is in love with a disdainful youth. Anoint his eyes, for do so when the next thing he espies may be the lady. Thou shalt know the man by the Athenian garments he hath on. Effect it with care, that he may prove more fond on her than she upon her love. And then meet me ere the first cock crow.
For not, my lords, your servant shall do so.
I know a bank where the wild thyme blows, where oxlips and the nodding violet grows, quite over canopied with luscious woodbine, with sweet musk roses, and with eglantine. There sleeps Titania sometime of the night, lulled in these flowers by dances and delight, and there the snake throws her enamelled skin, weed wide enough to wrap a fairy in, and with the juice of this I'll streak her eyes and make her full of hateful fantasies.
Come now, a roundel and a fairy song. Come, my fairies. Sing me to sleep, then to your offices, and let me rest.
Evening rise, spirit come, sun goes down when the day is done. Mother Earth awakens me with the heartbeat of the sea.
what thou seest, when thou dost wake, do it for thy true love take. Love and languish for his sake. Be it ounce or cat or bear, pard or boar with bristled hair, in thy eye that shall appear when thou wakes, it is thy dear. Wake when some vile thing is near.
Fair love, you faint with wandering in the wood. And to speak troth, I've forgotten our path. We'll rest us, Hermia, if you think it good, and tarry on the comfort of the day.
Be it so, Lysander. Find you out of bed, for I, upon this bank, will rest my head.
One turf shall serve as pillow for us both. One heart, one bed, two bosoms, and one troth.
Nay, good Lysander, for my sake, my dear, lie further off yet. Do not lie so near.
My heart unto yours I knit, so but one heart we can make of it. Then by your side no bedroom me deny, for lying so, Hermia, I do not lie.
Lysander riddles very prettily. Now much beshrew my manners and my pride, if Hermia meant to say Lysander lied. But gentle friend, for love and courtesy, lay further off in human modesty. Such separation, as may well be said, becomes a virtuous bachelor and a maid. So far, be distant, and good night, sweet son.
Here is my bed. Good night.
Through the forest have I gone, but Athenian found I none on whose eyes I might approve. This flowers was in stirring love. Night and silence. Who is here? Weeds of Athens he doth wear. That is here, my master said. He spised the Athenian maid. Here, the maiden, sleeping sound on this dank and dirty ground. Pretty soul, she does not lie. Near this like love, this kill courtesy. Charl, up in the eyes I shall throw all the charm this flower doth owe. When thy wakes that love forbid, sleep his seat on thy eyelid. So awake, so awake, so awake when I'm gone, for now I must Oberon.
Stay on thy peril. I alone will go.
Oh, I am out of breath in this fond chase. The more my prayer, the lesser is my grace.
Happy is Hermia, wheresoever she lies, for she hath blessed and attractive eyes. How came her eyes so bright? Not with salt tears. If so, my eyes are oftener washed than hers. No, I
am as ugly as a bear. For beasts that meet me run away for fear. Therefore no marvel, though, Demetrius, do as a monster fly my presence thus. What wicked dissembling glass of mine made me compare with Hermia's sphery eye? But who is here? Lysander on the ground. Dead? Or asleep? I see no blood, no wound. Lysander, if you live, good sir, awake.
And run through fire for thy sweet sake. Transparent Helena, nature knows art, that through thy bosom makes me see thy heart. Oh, where is Demetrius? Oh, I'll fit a word. It is that vile name to perish on my sword.
Do not say so, Lysander, say not so. What, though he love your Hermia? Lord, what though? Yet Hermia still loves you. Then be content.
Content? With Hermia? I do repent the tedious minutes I've with her spent. Not Hermia, but Helena I love. Who would not change a raven for a dove? The will of man is by his reason swayed, and reason says that you are the worthier maid. Reason becomes the marshal to my will, and leads me to your eyes. Where I look, love stories written in love's richest book.
Wherefore was I to this keen mockery born? When at your hands did I deserve this scorn? Is it not enough? Is it not enough, young man, that I did never can deserve a sweet look from Demetrius' eye? But you must flout my insufficiency? Good troth you do me wrong. Good sooth you do. In such disdainful manner me to woo. But very well. Perforce I must confess, I thought you lord of more true gentleness. Oh, that a lady of one man refused should therefore of another be abused.
Wait, Helena!
Help me! Oh, Lysander, help me! Oh, do thy best to pluck this curling supper from my breast!
Ay me for pity! What a dream was here! Methought a serpent ate my heart away, and you sat smiling at his cruel prey. Lysander? What's removed? Lysander?
Gone? Where are you? Lysander! Oh.
Are we all met? Pack. Oh, come on. And here's a marvel's convenient place for our rehearsal. This green plot shall be our stage, and we shall do it in action as we shall do it before the Duke.
It is Peter, isn't it?
Yes, Peter.
Peter Quince.
What sayest thou, bully bottom?
Look, there are things in this here comedy of Pyramus and Thisbe, which will never do. But for instance, it says here, Pyramus shall draw a sword and kill himself, which the ladies cannot abide. Now, how answer you that?
Violating Apollo's fear.
I believe we must leave the killing out when all is done.
No, not a whit. I have a device to make all things well. Write me a prologue, and let the prologue seem to say that we shall do no harm with our swords, and that Pyramus is not killed indeed. And for the more better assurance, you can tell them that I, Pyramus, am not in fact Pyramus, but Bottom the Weaver. Now that will put them out of misery.
Well, if that may be, then we shall have such a prologue. And it will be written in 8 and 6.
Oh, no. Make it 2 more. Make it 8 and... 8.
Will not the ladies be afeard of the lion?
I fear it, I promise you.
Oh, masters, you ought to consider amongst yourselves to bring in, God shield us, a lion amongst ladies is a most dreadful thing, for there's not a more fearful wildfowl than your lion living, and you ought to look to it.
Therefore, another prologue must say he is not a lion.
No, you must name his name, and half his face must be seen through the lion's neck, and he must speak through the same, saying, or to the same effect, ladies, or most fair ladies, I would wish you. No, not wish. I would request you. No, that's not right neither. Not request. I would entreat you. Now, write that down. Write down entreat. Yeah, write it down. I would entreat you not to fear, not to tremble. My life for yours. If you think that I come hither as a lion, well, 'tis a pity of my life. No, I am no such thing. I am a man, as other men are. And then you can then name his name and tell them plainly that he is Snug the Joiner.
Snug the Joiner.
Well, it shall be so. But there is 2 hard things. That is, to bring moonlight into the chamber. For Pyramus and Thisbe, you will know, didst meet by moonlight.
Does the moon shine that night we play our play?
A calendar, look in the almanac. Find out moonshine. Percy, that way, Percy Quince.
Peter
Quince.
Yes!
Yes!
Right.
Yes!
Well, shine that night.
Well then, you may leave the casement window of the great chamber where we play open, and the moon may shine in through that casement. Or, I don't like or.
Or one must come and bring a lantern and say that he comes to disfigure or to present the person of moonshine.
No, that's a rubbish idea. I don't like that.
Then there is another thing.
What's that?
We must bring a wall into the great chamber. For Pyramus and Thisbe, so it says, did talk through the chink in a wall.
You can never bring in a wall. What say you, Bottom?
Some man or other must present war. Yeah. Let him have some loam or some plaster or some roof cast about him to signify war. Or let him hold his fingers thus, and through that cranny shall Pyramus and Thisbe whisper.
Well, it shall be so.
Right.
Come, every mother's son, sit down and we shall rehearse our parts. Pyramus,
Yes, sir.
you begin,
Right. Begin.
and when you have spoken your part,
Spoken my part.
you exit,
Exit.
and so every man according to his cue.
Right.
What? Hempen homespuns have we swaggering here, so near the cradle of the fairy queen. What? A play to what? I'll be an auditor, an actor too, perhaps, if I see course.
Speak, Pyramus. Thisbe, stand forth.
Right, Thisbe, here, boy. To me. No, back. So I'm there. Go that way. No, that's too much. Go that way. That's perfect. You stay there. Thisbe! Oh, the flowers of odious saviours!
Odours!
It's odious, isn't it?
Odours.
Oh, we know. Oh, he's right. He's right, you know. It's odor. It is over. Good boy. Well done. Odours. Thisbe, the flowers of odours, saviours sweet. So hath thy my dearest Thisbe, dear. But stay, our voice. Stay but here a while, and by I will to thee return.
A stranger pyramids that never play it here.
Must I speak now?
Aye, marry must you, for you must understand he goes but to see a noise he heard, and is to come again.
Most radiant Pyramus, most lily-white of hue, of colour like the red rose and triumphant briar, most brisky juvenile, and eke most lovely Jew, as true as horse that yet would never tire, I'll meet thee, Pyramus, at Ninny's tomb.
Nina's tomb, man. Nina's tomb. But you must not speak that yet. That you answer to Pyramus. You speak all of your parts at once, cues and all. Pyramus, your cue is past. It is never tire.
Oh, as true as horse that yet would never tire.
If I was fair, Thisbe, I were only the strange and haunted fly masters, no! Why did they run away? This is a knavery of them to make me afeard.
Oh, bottom, I won't change. What do I see on thee?
What do you see? Well, you see an ass's head of your own, I suppose, do you?
Bless thee, bottom! Bless thee! Thou art translated!
I see their knavery. This is to make an ass of me if they could, to fright me. But, I will not stir from this place. Do what they will. I will walk up and down here. That's what I'll do. I'll walk up and down and I will sing. That's what I'll do. I'll sing. And then they'll hear that I'm not afraid. The houndsel cock so black of hue, with orange tawny bill, the throstle with his note so true, the wren with little quill.
What angel wakes me from my flowery bed?
The sparrow, the finch, and the lark, the plain song cuckoo grey, whose note for many a man doth say, but dares not answer nay. Who would say his wit to so foolish a bird? Who would give the cuckoo the lie, though we cry ne'er so?
I pray thee, gentle mortal, sing again.
Sing again, all right. The houndsel cock so black of...
Mine ear is much enamored to thy note. So is mine eye enthralled to thy shape. And thy fair virtue's force, her force doth move me to say, to swear, I love thee.
Me? Methinks, mistress, you have little reason for that. And yet, to say the truth, love and reason do keep little company together nowadays. the more's the pity, some honest gentlemen will not make them friends. Nay, I gleek upon occasion.
Thou art wise as thou art beautiful.
Not so neither. But if I've enough wit to serve my own turn, I have enough to get out of this wood.
Out of this wood! Do not desire to go. Thou shalt remain here, whether thou wilt or no. I am a spirit of no common rate. The summer doth tend upon my state, and I do love thee. Therefore, go with me. I'll give thee fairies to attend on thee, and they shall fetch thee jewels from the deep, and sing whilst thou on pressed flowers doth sleep. And I will purge thy mortal grossness so thou shalt like an airy spirit go. Peas blossom, cobweb, moth, mustard seed.
Ready? And I.
Where shall we go? Be kind and courteous to this gentleman. Hop in his walk and gambol in his eyes. Feed him with apricots and dewberries, green figs, purple grapes, and mulberries, and pluck the wings from painted butterflies to fan the moonbeams from his sleeping eyes. Nod to him, elves, and do him courtesies.
Hail, mortal! Hail! Hail! Hail!
I grant ye worships mercy, heartily. I beseech your worship's name.
Cobweb.
Good Mistress Cobweb, I shall desire you of more acquaintance, good Mistress Cobweb. If I cut my finger, I shall make bold with you. And your name, honest gentle lady?
Peas Blossom.
Peas Blossom. Commend me to your mother, Mistress Squash, and to your father, Master Peas God. Oh, I shall desire you too of more acquaintance, good Mistress Peas Blossom. Oh, and your name, honest gentle lady?
Moth.
Moth. Oh, I am very pleased to meet you, Moth. And your name, honest gentle lady?
Mustard Seed.
Good Mistress Mustard Seed. I know your patience well. Oh, that same cowardly, giant-like ox beef has devoured many a gentleman of your house. I promise you, your eyes are kindred made my eyes water right now. I shall desire you two of more acquaintance, good Mistress Mustard Seed.
Come, lead him to my bower. The moon, methinks, looks with a watery eye, and when she weeps, weeps every little flower, lamenting some enforced chastity. Tie up my lover's tongue. Bring him silently.
I wonder if Satania be awaked. Then what it was that next came in her eye, that she must dote on in extremity. Here comes my messenger. How now, mad spirit? What night rule now about this haunted grove?
My mistress, with them all stays in love. Near her closed and consecrated bower, whilst she was in her dull and sleeping hour, crew of patches, rude mechanicals that work for bread upon Athenian stalls, were met together to rehearse a play intended for great Theseus' nuptial day. The shallowest thick-skinned of their barren sort, who Pyramus presented in their sport, forsook his scene and entered in a break. When I did him at this advantage take, an ass's knoll I fixed on his head. So, at his sight, away his fellows fly. I led them on in that distracted fear, and left sweet Pyramus translated there. So in that moment, so it came to pass, Titania waked, and straightway laughed and yes!
This falls out better than I could devise. But hast thou yet latched the Athenian's eyes with the love juice as I did bid thee do?
I took him slipping. That is finished too, and an Athenian woman by his side. So, when he waked, of course she must be,
Stand close. This is the same Athenian.
This is the woman, but this not the man.
Why do you him that loves you so? Lay breath so bitter on your bitter foe.
Now I but chide, but I should use thee worse. For thou, I fear, has given me cause to curse. If thou hast slain Lysander in his sleep, bang over shoes and blood, plunge in the deep, and kill me too. The sun was not so true unto the day as he to me. Would he have stolen away from sleeping Hermia?
So should the matter look, and so should I, pierced through my heart with your stern cruelty. But yet you, the matter, look as bright, as clear as yonder Venus in her glimmering sphere.
What's this to my Lysander? Oh, good Demetrius, wilt thou give him me?
I had rather give his carcass to my hound.
Out, dog! Out, cur! Thou shouldst be past the bounds of maiden's patience! Hast thou slain him then? Henceforth never be numbered among men. Oh, once tell true even for my sake. Dost thou have looked upon him being awake, and hast thou killed him sleeping?
No.
Brave touch! Could not a worm, an adder, do so much? An adder did it, for with doublet tongue thou serpent never adder stung.
You spend your passion on a misbright mood. I'm not guilty of Lysander's blood, nor is he dead, for all that I can tell.
I pray thee, tell me then that he is well.
And if I could, what should I get there for?
A privilege, never to see me more, and from thy hated presence part I so. See me no more, whether he be dead or no. Oh!
There is no falling here in this fierce vein. Here, therefore, for a while I will remain.
What hast thou done? Thou hast mistaken quite, and laid the love juice on some true love's sight. Of thy misprision must perforce ensue some true love turn, and not a false turn true.
And fate rules that one man hold in troth, a million fail confound in oath and oath.
About the wood, go swifter than the wind, and Helena of Athens look thou find. All fancy sick she is, and pale of cheer, with sighs of love that costs the fresh blood dear. By some illusion, see thou bring her here.
I go. See how I go? Swift as an arrow from Data's bow.
Flower of this purple dye, hit
by Cupid's archery, sink in apple of his eye. When his love he doth espy, let her shine as gloriously as the Venus of the sky. If thou wait, when she be by, beg of her for remedy.
Captain of our fire band, Helena is here at hand, and the youth mistook by me, pleading for a lover's fee. Oh, God, what fools this mortals be!
Stand aside. The noise they make will cause Demetrius to awake.
Why would you think that I should woo in scorn? Scorn and derision never come in cures. Look, as I vow, I weep and vow so born, in their nativity all truth appears. How can these things in me seem scorn to you, bearing the badge of faith to prove them true?
You do advance your cunning more and more. When truth kills truth, oh, devilish holy fray! These vows are Hermia's. Will you give her over? Weigh oath with oath and you will nothing weigh. Your vows to her and me put in 2 scales will even weigh, and both as light as tails.
I had no judgment when to her I swore.
Nor none in my mind, now you give her over.
Demetrius loves her. He loves not you.
Oh! Helen! Goddess! Me! Perfect! Divine! To what, my love, shall I compare thine eye? Crystal is mighty, oh how ripe in show! Thy lips, those kissing cherries tempting grow. The pure congealed white, high Taurus snow, fanned with the eastern wind, turns to a crow. When thou holds up the hand, oh let me kiss this princess of pure wild, this seal of bliss.
Spite! Oh, hell! I see you all bent to set against me for your own merriment.
No?
If you were civil and knew courtesy, you would not do me thus much injury. Can you not hate me, as I know you do, but you must join in souls to mock me too? If you were men, as men you are in show, you would not use a gentle lady so. To vow, and swear, and super praise my parts, when I am sure you hate me in your hearts.
Never.
You both are rivals, and love Hermia, and now both rivals to mock Helena.
You are unkind, Demetrius. Be not so. For I know you love Hermia. This we know, I know.
No?
And here, with all goodwill, with all my heart, in Hermia's love I yield you up my part. In yours of Helena, to me bequeath, whom I love and will do till my death.
Never did mockers waste more idle breath.
Lysander, keep the Hermia. I will not. If ever I love her, all the love is gone. My heart to her, but as guest so wise sojourn, and now to Helen is home return, there to remain.
Helen, it is not so.
Despise not the faith that does not know, lest to thy pain thou bind dear. Look, where the love comes, yonder is thy dear.
Oh, thou art not by mine eye, Lysander found. Mine ear, I think it brought me to thy sound, but why unkindly the sound of me so? Oh.
Why should he stay, whom love doth press to go?
What love could press Lysander from my side?
Lysander's love, that would not let him bide. Fair Helena, who more engilds the night than all your fiery oaths and eyes of light. Why seekst thou me? Could not this make thee know? No. The hate I bear for thee made me leave thee so?
You speak not as you think. It cannot be.
Oh, she is one of this confederacy.
Huh?
Now I perceive they have conjoined all three to fashion this false sport in spite of me. Injurious Hermia! Most ungrateful me! Have you conspired? Have you, with these, contrived to bait me with this foul derision? Oh, 'tis all the counsel that we two have shared, and the sisters' vows, and the hours we have spent when we chid the hasty-footed time for parting us. Oh, is all forgot? All school days' friendship, childhood innocence. So we two grew together, like two a double cherry, seeming parted, but yet a union in partition. And will you rent our ancient love asunder to join with men in scorning your poor friend? It is not friendly. 'Tis not maidenly.
I am amazed at your words. I scorn you not. It seems that you scorn me.
Have you not set Lysander, as in scorn, to follow me and praise my eyes and face, and made your other love, Demetrius, who even but now did spurn me with his foot,
Never.
to call me goddess, nymph, divine and rare, precious, celestial?
You are.
Wherefore speaks he this to her he hates? And wherefore doth Lysander deny your love, so rich within his soul, and tender me, forsooth, affection? But by your setting on, by your consent, what, though I be not so in grace as you, so hung upon with love, so fortunate, but miserable most to love unloved, this you should pity, rather than despise.
I understand not what you mean by this.
I do persever. Counterfeit sad looks. Make mouths upon me when I turn my back. Wink at each other. Hold the sweet jest up. This sport, well carried, shall be chronicled. If you had any pity, grace, or manners, you would not make me such an argument. But fare you well. 'Tis partly my own fault, which either death or absence shall soon remedy.
Stay, gentle Helena. Hear my excuse. My love, my life, my soul for Helena.
Oh, excellent.
Sweet, do not scorn her so.
If she cannot entreat, I can compel. Thou canst compel more than she entreat. Thy threats have no more strength than her weak prayers. Helen, I love thee. By my life, I do. I swear by that, whether I will lose for thee, to prove him false that says I love thee not.
I say I love thee more than he can do.
Then withdraw and prove it too.
Quick, come.
Lysander, where to tendle this?
Away, you Ethiop!
No, he will say to break loose. But yet come not, you're a damn man. Go.
Head off, thou cat! Thou bear! Vile thing, let loose, or I will shake thee from me like a servant! Woo!
Why are you grown so rude? What changes the sweet love?
Sweet love? Out, Tawny Tartar, out! Out, loathed medicine, or hated potion hence!
Do you not jest? Yes, sooth, and so do you.
Demetrius, I will keep my word with thee.
I would I had you bond, for I perceive a weak bond holds you. I will not trust your word.
What would you have me do then? Strike her? Hurt her?
I don't care.
Kill her dead? Although I hate her, I shall not harm her, so.
Hate me? Wherefore? Oh me, what news, my love?
My love?
I'm not I, Hermia. I'm not you, Lysander. Listen, I'm as fair now as I was erewhile, since the night you loved me, yet since the night you left me. Oh, why then you left me? Oh, the gods forbid and honor, shall I say?
I, by my life, I never did decide to see thee more. Therefore, be out of hope, of question, of doubt. There's nothing to her, it's no jest. But I do hate thee, and love. Helena.
Oh. You juggler! You cacker blossom, you thief of love! What? Have you come by night to steal my love's heart from him?
Fine. In faith. Have you no modesty, no maiden shame, no touch of bashfulness? What? Will you tear impatient answers from my gentle tongue? Fie, you counterfeit, you puppet, you puppet!
Quite so! Aye! That way goes the game. Now, I perceive the shade may compare between our statures, and with her personage, her tall personage, forsooth, shall prevail with him. And are you grown so high in his esteem because I am so dwarfish and so low? How low am I, your painted maple speak? How low am I? I'm not yet so low but that my nails can reach to thine eye.
I pray you, though you mock me, gentlemen, let her not hurt me.
Oh.
I was never cursed.
Don't touch me.
I have no guilt and shrewishness. I have a right now. Let her not strike me. You perhaps may think, because she is something lower than myself, that I can match her.
Lower? Hark again!
Good Hermia, do not be so bitter with me. I evermore did love you, Hermia. Ever kept your counsels? Never wronged you.
Oh.
Save that. In love unto Demetrius, I told him of your flight into the swan.
You love me.
He followed you. For love I followed him. But he hath chid me hence, and threatened me.
Me?
To spurn me. Strike me, nay, to kill me too.
As he should.
And so, you will let me quiet go. To Athens will I bear my folly back, and follow you no further. Oh, let me go. You see how simple and how fond I am?
Why, get you gone. Who is it that hinders you?
A foolish heart that I leave here behind.
What? With Lysander?
With Demetrius.
I knew she loved me. Helen! She shall not harm thee.
No, sir, she shall not. Though you take her part.
Oh, when she is angry, she is keen and shrewd. She was a vixen when we went to school together. And though she be but little, she is fierce.
Little again? Nothing but low and little. Why will you let her suffer me thus? Let me capture her. Let go.
Get you gone, you dwarf!
You are too audacious. On her behalf, that scorn your services. Let her alone. Speak not of Helena. Take not her part.
Now she holds me not. Now let's try whose right is most in Helena, of mine or thine.
Follow? Nay, I will go with thee.
You, mistress! All this coil is none of you. Nay, go not back.
I will not trust you, nor longer stay in your cursed company. Cursed company. Huh. Oh, good dang it.
This is thy negligence. Still thou mistakest, or else commits thy knaveries willfully.
The king of shadows, I mistook. Did not you tell me I should know the man by the Athenian garments he had on? And so far blameless proves my enterprise that I have noted in Athenians' eyes. And so far am I glad I did so sort, for these days jungling I esteem a sport.
Thou seest, these lovers seek a place to fight. High, therefore, Robin, overcast the night, the starry welkin cover thou anon, with drooping fog, as black as Acheron.
and lead these testy rivals so astray, as one come not within another's way,
till o'er their brows death counterfeiting sleep, with leaden legs and batty wings doth creep. Then crush this herb into Lysander's eye, whose liquor hath this virtuous property, to take from thence all error with his might, and make his eyeballs roll with wonted sight. When they next wake, all this derision shall seem a dream and fruitless vision, and back to Athens shall the lovers wend, with league whose date till death shall never end. Whiles I in this affair do thee employ, I'll to my queen and beg her Indian boy.
My fair lord, this must be done with haste. Up and down, I will lead them up and down. I'm feared in field and town. Robin, lead them up and down. Here comes one. Lysander!
Where are you, you coward?
Demetrius, coward, come here!
Lysander, where do you hide?
Helena, my love!
Helena!
Where is he?
Helena! Where are you? Lysander! Lysander, come here! Where's Demetrius? On the ground, slip sounds, I'll apply to your eye, gentle lover, remedy. When thou wakest, thou takest true delight in the sight of thy former lady's eye, and the country proverb known, that every man shall take his own, in his waking shall be shown. Jack shall have Jill, not shall go ill. The mayor shall have his mare again, and all shall be well.
Come, sit thee down upon this flowery bed, while I thy amiable cheeks do coy, and stick musk roses in thy sleek, smooth head, and kiss thy fair large ears, my gentle joy.
Oh, where's Peas Blossom?
Ready?
Peas Blossom, scratch my head, Peas Blossom. Where's Monsieur Mustard Seed?
Ready?
Good Monsieur. Get your weapons in your hand and kill me a red-head humblebee on top of a thistle. And, good Monsieur, do not forget the honey bag. And, good Monsieur, do not fret yourself too much in the action. Oh, I'd be loath to have you overflown with honey bags, Signor. Oh. Where's Monsieur Mustard Seed?
Ready?
Oh, give me your knife, Monsieur. Pray you leave your courtesy.
What you will?
Nothing, except to help cavalry cobweb to scratch. Oh, I must to the barbers. I think I am marvellous airy about the face. And I am such a tender ass, my head do but tickle me, I must scratch.
Say, would thou hear some music, my sweet love?
I have a reasonably good ear in music.
Or say, sweet love, what wouldst thou desirest to eat?
Oh, truly a peck of provender. I could munch some of your good dry oats. I have a great desire for a bottle of hay, sweet hay, drat of no fellow.
I will have a venturous fairy that shall seek thee the squirrel's hoard and fetch thee new nuts.
I'd rather have an handful or two of dry peas. But none of your people disturb me. I have an exposition of sleep come upon me.
Sleep thou, and I will wind thee in my arms. Fairies, be gone, and be always away. Oh, how I love thee.
Welcome, good Robin. Seest thou this sweet sight? Her dotage now I do begin to pity. For meeting her of late behind the wood, seeking sweet favours for this hateful fool, I did upbraid her and fall out with her. For she his hairy temples then had rounded with coronet of fresh and fragrant flowers, while I had at my pleasure taunted her, and she in mild terms begged my patience. I then did ask of her changeling child, which straight she gave me, and her fairy sent to bear him to my bower in fairyland. And now I have the boy. I will undo this hateful imperfection of her eyes. And gentle Puck, take this transformed scalp from off the head of this Athenian swain, that he, awaking when the others do, may all again to Athens, and think no more of this night's accidents, but as the fierce vexation of a dream. But first, I will release the fairy queen. Be as thou wast wont to be. See as thou wast wont to see. Dian's bud, ere Cupid's flower, hath such force and blessed power. Now, my Titania, wake you, my sweet queen.
My Oberon, what visions have I seen? Methought I was enamored of an ass.
There lies your love.
Oh, how came these things to pass? Oh, how mine eyes loathe his visage now.
Silence a while. Robin, take off that head.
When thy wakes the dawn full lies, here!
Come, my queen, take hands with me, and rock the ground whereon these sleepers be. Sound, music!
Oh
and will tomorrow midnight solemnly dance in Duke Theseus' house triumphantly, and bless it to all fair prosperity. There shall the pairs of faithful lovers be, wedded with Theseus all in jollity.
Come, my lord, and in our flight, tell me how it came this night that I sleeping here was found with these mortals on the ground.
Fair Queen, up to the mountain's top, let's stroll. But soft, what nymphs are these?
My lord, this is my daughter here asleep. And this Lysander. And here Demetrius is. And this Helena. Old Nedar's Helena. I wonder at their being here together.
Oh, no doubt they rose early to observe the rite of May, and hearing our intent, came here in grace of our solemnity. But speaking is not this the day that Hermia should give answer of her choice?
It is, my lord.
Huntsman, wake them with your horns. Good morrow, friends. Saint Valentine, he's past. Begin these woodbirds but a couple now?
Pardon, my lord.
Oh, I pray you all stand up. I know you two are rival enemies. How comes this gentle concourse in the world that hatred is so far from jealousy to sleep by hate and fear no enmity?
My lord, I shall reply amazedly, half asleep yet half awake, for I cannot truly say how we came here. Our goal was to be gone of Athens, where we might, without the sharp Athenian law...
Enough! Enough! My lord, you have enough! I beg the law upon his head! They would have stolen away, they would, Demetrius, and thereby defeated you and me. You of your wife and me of my consent that she should be your wife.
My lord, fair Helena told me of their stealth, of their purpose hither into this wood, and I in fury follow them, fair Helena in fancy following me. But my good lord, I would not by what power, but by some power is, my love to Hermia melted as snow, and all the faith, the virtue of my heart, the object and the pleasure of mine eye, is only Helena.
Fair lovers, you are fortunately met. Of this discourse, what more shall we hear anon? Aegeus, I will overbear your will. In the temple by and by, with us, these lovers shall be eternally knit. Let's away to Athens, 3 and 3. We'll hold a feast in great solemnity. Come, my Hippolyta.
Are you sure we are awake? It seems to me that yet we sleep, we dream.
And the Duke was here, and he did bid us to follow him to the temple.
Why, then, we are awake. Let us follow him, and by the way, let us recount our dreams.
My God.
Q comes, call me, and I will answer. My next is most fair Pyramus. Hi ho. Peter Quids.
Flute the bellows mender. Snout the tinker.
Starveling! God's my life. Stolen hence and left me asleep. I have had a most rare vision. I have had a dream, past the wit of man to say what dream it was. Methought I had no man can tell what methought I had. Methought I was, and methought the man is but an ass if you go about to expound this dream. Methought there's no man can tell what methought I had. The eye of man hath not heard. Man's ear cannot tell. His hand cannot report. His tongue to conceive. No, his heart to report what my dream was. I will get Peter Quids to write a story of this, and it should be called Bottom's Ballad. Because it has no bottom, and I shall perform it at the latter end of the play before the Duke.
Bottom!
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 Masters, the Duke is coming from the temple, and there is 2 or 3 lords and ladies more married.
Bottom!
Where are these lads? Where are these hearts?
Oh, most courageous day, oh, most happy hour.
Masters, I am to discourse wonders. But ask me not what, because if I tell you, I am not a true Athenian. I will tell you everything right as it fell out. Now,
Let us hear, sweet Bottom.
not a word from me. All I will tell you is that the Duke has dined. Masters, get your apparel together. New strings to your beards, new ribbons to your pumps. Each man look over his parts and meet me presently at the palace. And, my dear actors, eat no onions or garlic. For we are to us a sweet breath, and I have no doubt to hear them say that this is the sweetest comedy. Now, no more words. Away, quickly, away!
Gentle friends, joy and fresh days of love accompany your hearts. More than to us. Wait in your walks, your beds. Say, what music, what dances shall we have to while away this long age of 3 hours between our after supper and bedtime? What revelries are in hand? Where is our usual manager of mirth? Call Philostrate.
Here, noble Theseus.
Say what abridgments have you for this evening? What music? What masks? How shall we beguile the lazy time, if not with some delight?
There is a brief. How many sports are ripe? Make choice of which your highness would view first.
The Battle of the Centaurs, to be sung by an Athenian eunuch. Huh? To the harp. We'll none of that. That have I told my love, in honour of my kinsman, Hercules. A tedious brief scene of young Pyramus and his love Thisbe. Very tragical mirth. Merry and tragical. Tedious and brief. This is hot ice and wondrous snow. How shall we gain the concord of this discord?
A play there is, my lord, some 10 words long, which is as brief as I have known a play. But by 10 words, my lord, it is too long, which makes it tedious. For in all the play there is not one word apt, one player fitted. And a tragical, my noble lord, it is, for Pyramus therein doth kill himself. Which, when I saw rehearsed, I must confess, made my eyes water. But such merry tears, the passion of loud laughter never shed.
What are they that do play it?
Hard-handed men that work in Athens here, who never laboured in their minds before, but now have toiled their unbreathed memories in this same play against your nuptials.
And we shall hear it.
No, my lord, it is not for you. I have heard it over, and it is nothing in the world, unless you can make sport of their intents, extremely stretched, conned with cruel pain, to do you service.
We will hear that play. Go, bring them in. And take your places, ladies.
I love not to see wretchedness o'ercharged, and duty in his service perishing.
Why, gentle sweet, you shall see no such thing.
He says I can do nothing in this kind.
So please your grace, the prologue is addressed.
Well, let him approach.
Gentles, perchance you wonder at this show. Well, wonder on, till truth makes all things plain. This man is Pyramus.
Oh, grim looks night, all night with shoes so black. Oh, no,
not yet. Oh, not yet. Not yet. We are doing it. When? Not yet.
You said I was going to do that.
I'll tell you. When?
Wait.
Right. Sorry, sir.
There.
Sorry.
Oh, here, yes. Pyramus, if you would know, this beauteous lady, Thisbe is certain. This man, with lime and rough cast, doth present wall. That vile wall which did these lovers sunder. And through wall's chink, poor souls, they were content to whisper, at the which let no man wonder. This man with lantern doth present moonshine. For if you will know, these lovers did think no scorn to meet at Ninus' tomb, and there to woo. This grisly beast Grizzly.
Oh.
Which lion hight by name, the trusty Thisbe, coming first by night, did scare away. Or rather, did affright, and as she fled, her mantle she did fall. Which lion, vile with bloody mouth, did stain. Anon comes Pyramus. Let's say a word. Anon comes Pyramus, sweet youth and tall, and finds his trusty Thisbe's mantle slain. At the which, with bloody, blameful blade, he bravely broke his bloody boiling breast. And Thisbe, tarrying in mulberry shade, his dagger drew and died. For all the rest, let lion, moonshine, wall, and lovers twain at large discourse, whilst here they do remain.
I wonder if the lion be to speak.
No wonder, my lord. One lion may, when many asses do.
In this same interlude, it doth befall that I, one Snout by name, present a wall. And such a wall as I would have you think that had in it a crannied nook or chink, through which the lovers, Pyramus and Thisbe, did often whisper, very secretly. This loam, this rough cast, and this stone does show that I am that same wall. The truth is so. And this, the cranny is right and sinister, through which the fearful lovers are to whisper.
Would you desire lime and hair to speak better?
It is the wittiest petition that ever I heard. This quote, Lord.
Pyramus draws near the wall. Silence!
Oh, grim looked night! Oh, night with hue so black! Oh, night which art when day is not! Oh, night, alack, alack, alack! I fear me Thisbe's promise is forgot. And thou, oh wall, oh sweet, oh lovely wall, that stands between her father's ground and mine, and thou, oh wall, oh sweet, oh lovely wall, show me thy chink to blink through with mine eye.
Thanks, courteous wall. Jove well shield thee for this. But what see I? No Thisbe do I see. O wicked wall, through whom I see no bliss. Cursed be thy stones for thus to seal. God, deceiving me.
The wall, methinks, should curse again.
Yes. No, sorry, no, should not. You see, because deceiving me is Thisbe's cue. Deceiving me is Thisbe's cue. Where did we get him from?
O wall, full often hast thou heard my moans, for parting my fair Pyramus and me. My cherry lips have often kissed thy stones with lime and hair knit up in thee.
I see a voice, and I will to the wall to spy and to hear my Thisbe's face. Thisbe!
My love, thou art my love, I think.
Sing what thou wilt. I am thy lover's grace, and like Lamander am I trusty still.
And I like Helen, till fates me kill.
Not Shapphilus to Proculus was so true.
As Shapphilus to Proculus I to you.
Oh, kiss me through the hole and oh, blimey, hole of this vile wall.
I kiss the walls whole, not your lips at all.
Wilt thou meet me at Ninny's tomb straight away? Ninus?
Nina's
tomb. It's always Ninus. Nina's tomb straight away. All right, Ninus. Nina's tomb.
Tie life, tie death, I come without delay.
Thus have I, wall, my part discharged so, and being done, thus wall away doth go.
This is the silliest stuff that ever I heard.
The best in this kind are but shadows, and the worst, or no worse, if imagination amend them.
It must be your imagination then, and not theirs.
If we imagine no worse of them than they of themselves, they may appear for excellent men. Ha! Here come two noble beasts in, a man and a lion.
Perchance both quake and tremble here. The lion in wildest rage doth roar. And know that I, as Snug the joiner, am a lion's fell, nor else no lion's dumb. For if I should as lion come in strife into this place, 'twere pity on my life.
Very gentle beast, and of a good conscience.
This lion is a very fox for his valor. For his valor cannot carry his discretion, and the fox carries the goose.
His discretion, I am sure, cannot carry his valour, for the goose carries not the fox. It is well. Leave it to his discretion, and let us listen to the moon.
This lanthorn doth the ornate moon proceed.
He should have worn the horn on his head.
Well, he is no crescent, and his horns are invisible in the circumference.
This lanthorn the horned moon doth present, and I, the man of the moon, that seems to be.
Well, this is the greatest error of all the rest. The man should be put into the lanthorn. Well, how is it else the man in the moon?
He dares not come there for the canto, for you see, it is already in snuff.
I'm aweary of this moon. Would he change?
Oh, by his small light of discretion, he's in the wane. But yet, in courtesy, in all reason, we must stay the time.
Proceed, moon.
All I have to say is to tell you, this is the moon, and I'm the man in the moon.
This is old Ninny's tomb.
Nina's!
Nina's tomb. Where is my love? Pivamus!
Well roared lion.
Oh, well run, Thisbe.
Well shown, moon. Truly, the moon shines with a good grace.
And then came Pyramus.
Sweet moon, I thank thee for thy sunny beams. I thank thee now for shining now so bright. Well, go on, off you go. Quick. For by thy gracious, golden, glittering gleams, I trust to take of Thisbe's truest sight. But stay, O spite, but mark, O night, what dreadful dole is this? Eyes, can you see, oh, how can it be? Oh, dainty duck, oh dear,
thy mantle good, what stained with blood? Oh, approach ye furies fair, all fates come, cut thread and thrum, quail, crush, conclude and quell.
This passion and the death of a dear friend would go near to make a man look sad.
Be sure, my heart, that I pity the man.
Oh, wherefore nature didst thou lion's frame? Since lion vile here hath deflowered my
Devoured! Devoured! Deflowered.
Devoured. My dear, which is, no, which was the fairest dame that lived, that looked, that loved, that liked with cheer. Come, tears confound. Out, sword. Out, sword. Out, sword. And wound the pap of Pyramus. Aye, the left pap, where heart doth hop. Thus die I. Oh, die. Oh, die. Now am I dead. Now am I fled. Moon, take thy... Oh, he's gone. Moon, never mind, he's gone. Take thy flight. Tongue, lose thy light. Now die. 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 Hang on, 1, 2, 3. Die, die.
No die, but an ace for peace. For he is but one.
Not an ace, man. He is dead. He is nothing.
How chance Moonshine is gone before Thisbe comes back to find her lover?
Oh, she will find him by starlight. Here she comes, and her passion ends the play.
Methinks she should not use a long one for such a Pyramus. I hope she will be brief.
Asleep, my love. What? Dead? My dove? Oh, Pyramus! Arise! Speak! Speak! Quite dumb? Dead? Dead? Two must cover thy sweet eyes. These lily lips. This cherry nose. These yellow cowslip cheeks are gone. Are gone! Lovers, make moan! His eyes were green as leeks. Oh, sisters three, come to me! With hands as pale as milk. Come with corsets you sure with shears instead of silk. Tongue, not a word. Come, trusty sword. Come, blade. My breast and brew. And farewell, friends. Thus this be ends. Adieu. Adieu. Adieu.
Moonshine and Lion are left to bury the dead.
Aye! And wall too.
Oh, no, oh, no, sir. No, sir, no, sir. The wall is down. That parties our company. Now, would it please you to see the epilogue or to hear a Bergamasque dance between two of our company?
No epilogue. I pray you.
No epilogue?
No epilogue. For your play needs no excuse. Never excuse. For when the players are all dead, well, there need none to be blamed. Marry, if he that writ it had played Pyramus and hanged himself in Thisbe's garter, it would have been a fine tragedy. And so it was, truly and very notably discharged. But come now, let your epilogue alone. The iron tongue of midnight hath struck 12. Lovers, to bed. 'Tis almost fairy time. I fear we shall outsleep the coming morn, as we this night have overwatched. This palpable gross play hath well beguiled the heavy gate of night. Sweet friends, to bed.
Now the hungry lion rose, and the wolf beholds the moon, whilst the heavy ploughman snores, all with weary task fordone. Now the wasted brands do glow, whilst the screech owl screeching loud puts the wretch that lies in woe in remembrance of a shroud. Now it is a time of night, when the graves all gaping wide, every one lets forth his sprite in the church where paths to glide. But we fairies that do run by the triple-headed steam from the presence of the sun, following the darkness like a dream. Now a frolic, not a mouse, shall disturb this hallowed house. I'm sent with broom before to sweep the dust behind the door.
Through the house bring glimmering light, by the dead and drowsy fire. Every elf and fairy sprite hop as light as bird from briar. And this ditty after me, sing and dance it, trippingly.
First rehearse your song by rote, to each word a warbling note. Hand in hand, with fairy grace, we will sing and bless this place.
Now until the break of day, through this house each fairy stray. To the best bride bed will we, which by us shall blessed be. And the issue there create ever shall be fortunate. So shall all the couples three ever true in loving be. And the blots of nature's hand shall not in their issue stand. With this field dew consecrate, every fairy take his gate. And each several chamber bless, through this palace with sweet peace, and the owner of it blessed, ever shall in safety rest. Trip away, make no stay, meet me all by break of day.
If the shadows have offended, think about this, and all is mended. That you have but slumbered here, while these visions did appear. And this weak and idle theme, no more yielding but a dream. Gentles, do not reprehend. If you pardon, we will mend. And as I am an honest buck, if we have an honest luck now to escape the serpent's tongue, we will make amends alone, else the buck a liar call. So good night unto you all. Give me hands if we be friends, and Robin shall restore amends.
Sweetheart, hello, hello,